20 of our favorite comfort foods. Whether you're going through a breakup, having a bad day, or a normal day in the midst of a global pandemic, we all have comfort foods that we gravitate towards when we're stressed. They might be meals that make us nostalgic for our childhood, or recipes that remind us of home, or foods that satisfy us because they're high in calories and carbs, or all of the above. We hope you all enjoy some of the dishes below, as these are some of our favorite comfort foods. 1 of 20. Chicken noodle soup. As a child, chicken noodle soup was a favorite when nursing a cold, which explains many of the positive feelings associated with it. There's even a series of inspirational books called Chicken Soup for the Soul because of its association with comfort. Studies show that chicken soup actually helps reduce nasal congestion and inflammation, so there's actually some science behind the feeling. 2 of 20. Chicken pot pie. Remember that episode of The Office when Jim said, "Michael ate a whole, family-sized chicken pot pie for lunch and went right to sleep"? This sounds like a terrible idea for the middle of the workday, but after that long workday or in the middle of a lazy weekend when you just need to feel full, satisfied, and comforted, chicken pot pie is a good meal. It is a warm, hearty, and independent dish that is really appreciated. 3 out of 20. Chicken fillet. The progression of fried chicken nuggets as you age from childhood to adulthood begins with dinosaur or other fun chicken nuggets, then regular chicken nuggets, then chicken, which you might call chicken fingers at first, then fried chicken wings. Chicken, except, even as an adult, it's still okay to occasionally order chicken and fries at a restaurant, and that feels comforting. And don't skimp on the sauces. 4 out of 20. Pepper. One of the best things about chili is that it can be customized based on the eater's preferences. It can be mild or spicy. Prepared with beef, pork, turkey, or without meat, bean options are open-ended. And you can put cheese and or sour cream on it. It can even be served over spaghetti. Chili is a whole meal in a bowl, as well as a whole way of life in some southern and midwestern states. 5 out of 20. Chocolate chip biscuits. Quick, think of the most nostalgic and comforting baked dessert. If you thought of anything other than chocolate chip cookies, you're wrong. When it comes to cookies, chocolate chips are both standard and classic. It's one of the first cookies most kids try, and one of the first cookies people learn how to make. And between a billion similar but slightly different recipes online, an array of pre-packaged mixes, and even easy-to-bake brands, making chocolate chip cookies at home has never been easier. 6 out of 20. Cinnamon bread. In the classic Season 4 episode of The Simpsons, Homer falls asleep and utters the phrase, "I'm just a big toasted cinnamon bun," while wrapped in a cocoon of blankets. Part of this statement refers to the fact that the wrappers swirl around her like a warm, fluffy breakfast pastry, but cinnamon buns also evoke a sense of comfort and pleasure. Plus, you'll probably want to take a nap after taking a full nap. 7 out of 20. Cornbread. Cornbread has long been a staple in the southern states, but before that it was a popular dish in Native American culture. And cornbread is not the only comfort food based on corn flour. Southerners also know coon pone and hush puppies, and New Englanders may enjoy a thin, pan-fried dish known as Johnny cake. 8 out of 20. Fries. Let's be honest, French fries are not healthy. Potatoes are good for you, but there are much healthier ways to eat them than deep frying them, adding lots of salt, and drenching them in fatty, sweet, or salty sauces. But fries are also one of the tastiest foods on earth, so treat yourself to them every once in a while, even in the form of chili cheese fries with bacon, or poutine covered in gravy and cheese. 9 out of 20. Greasy hamburgers. A cheeseburger doesn't have to be a ridiculously unhealthy meal. You can top a 90-10 burger with a slice of cheese and wrap a bun around it without blowing all your calories for the day. But when you're feeling down, hungover, or making the most of your cheat day, there's nothing better than a greasy double burger with double the cheese and a pile of bacon on a buttery, toasted bun. Can't added calories include ingredients like fried onions, sweet sauces, and savory mayonnaise. 10 out of 20. Cheese and grilled tomato soup. In our opinion, when it's cold outside, there's no better comfort food than grilled cheese and tomato soup. Dipping a grilled, melted sandwich into a creamy bowl of hot tomatoes is like wearing a thick sweater knit from love. 11 of 20. Bulgur. In the South, grits are the ultimate comfort food. They're basically just boiled cornmeal again, cornmeal, but are usually mixed with the satisfying flavors of butter, salt, cheese, and/or cream, as well as shrimp, sausage, or bacon, among other customizations. 12 of 20. Ice cream. When a TV or movie character gets dumped, you'll often see them sulking while digging into a pint, or quart, or tub of ice cream. Ice cream is not only sweet tasting and pleasing to the taste buds, but eating that many calories at once and not giving a darn about it is an uplifting feeling, especially when you're feeling down. 13 of 20. Mac and cheese. You can make mac and cheese in a multitude of ways, but we love baking it, because the baking dish turns into one big comfy bed of pasta, cheese, and more cheese. Mac and cheese is a family favorite, a regional and cultural specialty, and a simple dish with an endless amount of variations and customizations. Hail to the cheese. 14 of 20. Mashed potatoes. Is there a more nostalgic and more holiday-centric side dish than mashed potatoes? Most people even have a style preference based on the kind of mashed potatoes they ate growing up. We prefer ours a bit chunky. Of course, adding gravy makes mashed potatoes even better, and, to be honest, gravy alone could almost make this list. 15 of 20. Matzo ball soup and dumplings. It doesn't have to be Passover or Rosh Hashanah in order to enjoy matzo ball soup, and you don't even need to be Jewish. It's an anytime, any person comfort food. It has a similar broth as the aforementioned chicken noodle soup, but the matzo balls are made from ground matzo, eggs, water, and oil. You could also include chicken soup with dumplings in this place. 16 of 20. Meatloaf. Our very first memories of meatloaf were not fond ones, but it's a dish we've grown to appreciate and enjoy more with each passing year. We're now old enough to get nostalgic about home-cooked meatloaf, and also old enough to occasionally order it at a restaurant. 17 of 20. Pancakes. Pancakes are another breakfast dish that's basically just a dessert. True to its name, pancakes are fried pieces of batter covered in syrup, butter, fruit, nuts, whipped cream, and even chocolate. And they're not just limited to breakfast. It's perfectly acceptable to also eat pancakes for brunch, lunch, dinner, dessert, or even a midnight snack. 18 of 20. Pizza. Pizza is the perfect comfort food not only because it's made from the mouth-watering union of warm dough, smooth and flavorful tomato sauce, and melty cheese, but also because you can get it delivered right to your door by barely lifting a finger. Heck, nowadays you don't even need to converse with another human being in order to get one. And while it's an easily shareable crowd pleaser, personalizing pies is also highly acceptable and encouraged. Whether you like salty anchovies, 6 kinds of meat, or even pineapple, we won't judge. 19 of 20. Spaghetti and meatballs. Spaghetti and meatballs is one of the simplest and least adventurous things you can order at an Italian restaurant, which is exactly why it's a great comfort food. It's also relatively easy to make at home, and a lot of us grew up eating spaghetti and meatballs, sometimes in the form of canned spaghettios, so there's a heavy nostalgia factor at play here, too. 20 out of 20. Tacos. Tacos are the most chill comfort food out there. Case in point, there's no widely accepted serving size when it comes to tacos. One definitely isn't enough, but where do you draw the line after that? The answer, wherever you want, brah. There's also not a lot of hard and fast rules when it comes to fillings. Chicken, beef, pork, fish, beans, cheese, and veggies are all fair game as long as they're wrapped in a hard or soft tortilla. 20 of our favorite comfort foods. Whether you're going through a breakup,